Testing, testing, testing. Welcome back, everyone. We are 22S Radio, the next wave of K-Beach. 22S Radio is 22smedia.com and 88.1 FM, KKJZ, HD3, Long Beach, Los Angeles. Welcome back, everyone, to Talk on Spitzer program. I am your host, Spencer Klein, back at again with, more than a few guests. Merci, I'm going to turn to you. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. So let's just start with very basic, generic stuff. Where are you from? Where do you originate from?
I'm from Riverside and Flint, Michigan. I claim both.
Flint, Michigan, really?
Yeah.
When did you live in Flint, Michigan?
Last year. My mom's from Flint as well, and my whole family. So that's what I grew up around. You know, that culture.
Oh, so that's kind of like what you represent the most part.
Yeah.
So you didn't really like. No, I can't say that. That's kind of
like I grew up in Riverside, but the people that I was around, it was all from the Midwest or down south. So like the culture and just like how I am, I feel like a lot of it came from.
What was that like
there.
Growing up there?
I like Michigan because it's slower pace, you know, and people are more nice, like less bougie.
Less bougie? Are a lot of people in Southern California bougie?
Oh, yeah.
Is that where you get that vibe from?
Oh, yeah, definitely. But, you know, at the end of the day, I was born in Cali, so I can't bash
So
it.
what do you like better?
I personally like the South better.
The South?
Yeah.
The South, like...
Like, shoot. I've been to Kentucky, Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia, like out there, yeah.
Yeah. I have a lot of family out there, too, so it's kind of like...
Have you been out there?
Yeah, a few times. It's very... It's different from over here. Like, everything's more spaced out, and like there's more like a more family community type.
That's why I said, like, as soon as I get pregnant, I'm in the South. Doctor says I'm pregnant, I'm on the next
that's one way to put it. Where would you want to live in the South?
Probably
anywhere?
Texas or Georgia.
Georgia. Mm-hmm. It's nice.
Yeah, one of those.
You like the snow?
I do. I like the cold. I have a hate and love relationship. Like, you know, Michigan is super cold.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm anemic, so sometimes it just doesn't work
really
out.
Mixed well.
But you know.
Yeah, I feel that. So let's kind of get to the meat of the platter here. Let's talk about your music.
Okay.
So you just released a music video, correct?
Right, yeah.
Fiendin'.
Right.
Yeah. So before we get into that, like, tell us what brought you into thinking about making music.
I started off being a poet. So I actually have 2 self-published poetry books right now. One of them is a collab book with a guy from North Carolina, and then the other one is just a solo one. But yeah, I started doing poetry, and then I just started feeling like it wasn't enough. Like, you know, like spiritually, like I felt like I needed to be doing more. Mm-hmm. So I just wrote, and I also freestyled with all like my friends all the time. So I actually started off, my first thing that I did in the studio was actually rap.
Really?
Yeah, it was a rap. And I do have rap stuff that I'm going to drop eventually. I just haven't showed the world yet. But yeah, so I started off doing rap, and then I wrote my first song, and I was like, oh yeah, because it's like poetry, but in a different form.
And it was at that point when you started doing like what you do now, like R&B type stuff.
I just started, and then it was really just from there, it was just like finding my sound, like what works for me, basically.
Interesting. I'm curious. So... Would you be able to freestyle right now?
Oh my goodness!
Like if I gave
you
the
have
opportunity,
a beat?
I could find one right now. We could do that.
Oh my goodness! You're putting me. I haven't freestyled in so long.
Well, maybe it wouldn't be fair, but we have a lot of time, so maybe if you have a decision like want to come back on later,
definitely.
And then we could definitely get you on a beat.
Yeah,
or something.
I definitely should have sent you some of like the rap stuff that I have, because I have rap stuff from like. You know who Smino is?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
So I have some rap stuff that's like a Smino type vibe, but then I have some stuff that's like on like trap beats. It's not like Cali music though. It's not West Coast beats. It's like trap, like you know, you can hit your woe to it, you know.
Okay. Yeah, well that's fair, but I've always wanted to have someone freestyle on the show.
Really?
Yeah,
I mean, if you put
like,
on a beat, I can see. I mean, I haven't freestyled in a while, but I mean, I'll try. Like, I could do it.
Really? You want to do that?
I mean, hey, I'm not gonna die.
We'll figure it out later. I'll pull up a beat in a minute.
Okay.
But let's talk about, before we get to that, let's talk about your latest music video.
Okay.
So what I wanted to know specifically is who shot it. Because that was beautifully shot.
My friend, Justice, what he goes by Adri. It's Adri did that on Instagram and Twitter. He's like one of my greatest friends. He's literally the reason that I even started doing music. Like me and him are really close. So working with him, it was amazing, and it just came easy because this is somebody that I'm close with. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But he was the one who actually got me into making music. He was like, yo, you're a great writer. You should transition. Mm-hmm. And from there, yeah. But he's really good.
And is he a videographer, photographer?
Yeah,
all the above?
He does all that, but he also makes music. And his music is really good as well. And he makes beats. Like, he's like the whole thing.
Maybe I'll get him on sometime.
Definitely.
That's kind of cool. So take us I want to assume you wrote the song yourself.
Right, yeah,
so obviously. So tell us what was happening in your mind when you wrote down the lyrics of that song. Because it's by far, I listen to a lot of music to hear people on the show out.
Right.
That song is by far one of the most poetic in nature.
Thank you.
Yeah. And I don't mean that lightly. So I just want to know, like, what was going on in your head when you made that song?
Okay, well, I remember when I bought the beat. Like, I found the beat and I bought it. I was like, okay, I got to have this beat. And I honestly, the way I start writing is I record in my room. So I'll put the beat in Pro Tools and I'll slowly kind of start freestyle singing. And then something in me, I said something, and then I was like, I'm not really like I don't want to say I'm not a sexual person, but I'm not going to be the type of person to like just verbally just say something out to the world like that. I'm a very discreet person, you know? Mm-hmm. So I just kind of came up with the shush part because I was like, well, I don't want to give the world too much.
Yeah, that was the part that was like, that kind of caught my attention. And I think that, I want to assume it was done on purpose because it was a really good way to do that.
It was.
Would you mind repeating the lyrics so like people can understand like what we're talking about now? Context.
Oh, yeah, okay.
It's genius, guys.
It was, baby, I'm stuck in my head. Just wanna lay in your bed and give you some shh.
Yeah, that's genius writing right there.
Yeah, I was thinking back, and I think I told Nosa too. I was like, dang, I'm shocked I even wrote this. Like, I was like, how did I come up with that?
Yeah, well, it was pretty good. So,
thank
for the most part, yeah. So, what else do you have lined up in terms of music?
Well, I just did a music video last week to a song I have called Love versus Hate. That's kind of a different vibe than what I've put out as well. Like, I'm a very diverse artist, and that's why it's like I can't call myself a singer strictly, and I can't call myself a rapper strictly because I could do both. Mm-hmm. But so yeah, I did a song it's called Love versus Hate. I did a music video for that, so I'm gonna drop it when the Fina music video like gets a little bit more booming, I guess you can say. I don't want to overload people, but I'm also doing a music video tomorrow with my friend Twist. We have a song coming out. Honestly, the name for it is still up in the air, but it's a real summer vibe type song. Mm-hmm. So yeah, so that should be fun. It's tomorrow. We're gonna shoot the video for it.
Do you perform live often?
I've only performed live twice.
Did you like it?
I did. At first, I was really nervous, especially performing Feenin' because it's a slow song. So I was like, dang, what am I supposed to do with my body? But I mean, I got, it was fun, honestly. It was fun, and the turnouts were really good. Like, I had, like, a lot of people there to support me, so that helped.
Okay. All right, well, that's good. So who did you listen to in order to create the sound you have to now? I feel like you're going to name, like, a list of people, but I just want to name maybe, like, 5 or 6
Okay,
people.
well, the people on my shirt, I got Outkast. It's my favorite album right here.
Aliens.
Yep. I really love Andre 3000. Janae Aiko, of course. I mean, somebody told me I sound like her, and I don't want to sound like people, but I'm not going to take it as, like, an insult because she's really good. Dang, who else do I listen to? I like Division, sound with signed with OVO, Roy Woods, but I'm also like with rap. I feel like I listen to more rap than anything. Like
That's all she bangs.
Yeah, Money Man is probably one of my favorite rappers. I really respect him because he writes all his music. And that's, like, really big to me. Like, when I listen to songs, I literally look up, like, okay, how many people wrote this? Or, like, who wrote this?
It's kind of rare to have one person do everything on a work of
So when project. I see that, I'm like, wow, like, that just made my respect go up for you because you wrote this, strictly yourself.
Do you want to get to that level one day?
What?
Where you produce, write, curate, film.
I actually, I've been working on mixing my own music. Yeah, so like I dropped an EP on SoundCloud, and all of the songs I mix myself except for Feenan. My homie Twist mixed it, the one that I'm doing the music video with tomorrow. But yeah, so I've been working on it. Like, I'm not the best at mixing, like right now, because I'm still learning. But I want to get to that point where I'm mixing and mastering my own music. I actually want to go to school for music production, just to get like more like knowledge of it, I guess you can say.
How long have you been making music again? I don't know if I asked that.
Only a year and a half.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, it does not seem like it. I really must admit.
I know, it went by fast.
So where do you what do you think about the future of your genre?
The future of it, like where I feel like I'm gonna go with it.
Yes. Is that just unpredictable at this point?
I have full faith in myself. Honestly, I feel like when you speak things into existence and you have faith, only good things can produce. And I feel like I'm planting all the right seeds to reap what I sow, basically. But I feel like I'm trying to give the people something that'll last. Like yes, I love rap. You know what I mean? I love rap, but I also want to give people something that will make them feel. You know what I mean? That's my goal. I feel like with poetry, that was always my goal, to make people feel. And I feel like in this day and age, people are slowly inching away from I don't know, I don't want to say they're inching away from their soul, but I feel like everybody's just becoming more heartless, you know? And I just kind of want to bring back that that feely type music,
Do you feel like rap is a fad? One day it will be considered a thing of only this generation, and is that why you want to stem away from it?
Well, I feel like it depends on the rap, because we have rappers like Andre 3000, for example. I like J. Cole and Kendrick a lot, and I feel like those people, and Jay-Z, those people you can always go back to, they're conscious rappers. They're spitting some real shit, but there's certain people let's see who do I like Chief Keef, G Herbo. I love them, but I feel like they're just people at the end of the day, in a few years or years from now, they're not going to be they're just going to be.
They're just a staple to their time.
Right, because they're not making timeless music,
Yeah, I see.
And when you make music that people can truly feel, that's when it becomes timeless.
Well, what are the elements of something that's timeless, and what is something that is basically is dead on arrival?
Can I name a song that I feel like is timeless or something?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
The first song that popped into my head was "Feeling Me, Feeling You" by Alicia Keys. I don't know if you've ever heard that one. Yeah, I would feel like that. That just makes me feel I'd be ooh, I get the chills. It's just one of those songs. And then a song that wouldn't be timeless. Dang, I don't know. I can't say a Chief Keef. I wanted to say Love Sosa, but that song
is timeless. That song is low-key
timeless. Yeah, I don't know, because I really like Chief Keef. Let me not talk about him, because I really like him. I'm a big fan of Chirac music, but
you like drill and that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Is drill okay?
Drill is you remember Kill Shit by G Herbo? I mean, Lil Herb and Lil Bibby. That's and Young Pappy. I don't know if you heard of him. Rest in peace to him. He was a Chirac rapper too. So it's kind of, I don't know how to explain drill music. I just know it's
just from what it's not loud. It's loud, but it's just aggressive.
Yeah,
aggressive in nature.
I can definitely say I like aggressive music a little bit.
For sure.
I remember
she had aggressive music. Yes.
I remember I had a friend, right? Because I used to be an intern at this courthouse, and this small little white girl, she was like, "Oh, what type of music do you like?" And I just told her usual Kanye, Frank Ocean, Kendrick Lamar, stuff like that.
I like all of them.
Yeah, and then I was like, "Oh, what type of music do you like?" I'm not really expecting much from her, and she was like, "Oh yeah, I like Kanye West, Frank Ocean, Montana 300, and I'm like,
he's hard.
Whoa, I was not expecting you to say that.
It'd be the people, it's crazy. It'd be low-key the people that you expect the least to like certain songs.
Right?
Because when I tell people what I like, or like if you give me the aux in the car, depending on my mood, you'll be like, whoa, like.
Hey, relax. Like we don't need all that right
everybody.
now. Yeah. Has drill influenced you at all in your music and your poetry?
Oh yeah, I've written poems to Lil Herb. Like I'm not even gonna lie. I could write a whole love poem and be listening to some Lil Herb in the back. And I like to call him Lil Herb honestly because I feel like he was better than when now he's G Herbo. But dang, I listen to so many artists. Like you're asking me about music, and I'm like I have to pull up a playlist because I listen to so many people. Mm-hmm. Like I also like UGK, Pimp C, 8 Ball, all them. Like I'm really big on like the older Southern.
So
music.
what's your favorite genre within like the hip hop orifice? Because there's like you mentioned before, there's trap, there's conscious hip hop, there's drill, Southern hip hop.
I would probably say Southern because I listen to it the most. Mm-hmm. Like, I have to go with what I listen to the most. Like, I love J. Cole, like, but there with those type of artists, it's like there'll be days where if I'm listening to J. Cole, I'm probably listening to that nigga the whole day. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But, yeah, I would probably say Southern music is Southern hip-hop.
And that goes back to Andre 3000, Outkast.
UGK, all of them. Like, International Players Anthem is probably one of my favorite songs. Mm-hmm. Somebody put a gun to my head and said, sing a song that you know all the lyrics to. I'm probably going to sing that song. I'm going to start rapping that song.
So I kind of want to pick your brain a little bit. So can you explain in like a little bit more detail? Like, tell us what would happen. Let's say I told you to make a song right here, right now on the spot. So tell us what you would do, step by step, get you in your zone in order for you to write down the lyrics or do whatever you need to do for you to make a song. For example, like Fiendin'.
I would definitely need to obviously hear the beat first.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my first thing. Just feel the beat out. And then if I feel like I'm getting writer's block, I'll just start looking at stuff around the room and like kind of like try to pick words basically. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I like to be on the mic when I'm writing.
What do you mean by on the mic? Like literally, like on the mic?
Literally on the mic. Like it helps me to like hear myself. You know what I mean? Like that's why I like recording by not against anybody. I like recording with people, but I really like recording alone because I could be on the mic. I could keep saying words and, I could just kind of feel out what goes and what doesn't. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I usually just, honestly, I feel like I just freestyle. I feel like all my songs were, like, I'll be on the mic and then I'll be writing as I go. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Is Fiendin' your favorite song you ever made so far?
I feel like my favorite song that I've ever made is not even out yet. It's not even about to be out.
Wait, why is that?
Because one thing I'm struggling with is how I want to do everything. Like, I know I definitely have enough songs to make an album or two. Like, I have a lot of music, but I haven't posted a lot. Like, Fiendin' is definitely in my top 5, but I feel like my favorite song that I've made is, like, the Smino type vibe that I told you about. I'll definitely have to send you that song.
I'm kind of interested to hear you rapping.
Yeah.
I'm really curious on what that would sound like.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to send you, like, a file of it. I don't know if you can, like, pull it up or something. But
like right now?
Well, I mean, whenever you want to.
I could do it right now if you want to do that.
Yeah, we can. Just don't play the whole thing because, like I said.
Yeah, I don't want it to be like leaked or anything.
Well, like I said, like I'm working on mixing myself, so like it sounds decent enough to play. Like I could show people, but it's like I wouldn't put it on Apple Music yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like because it needs that mastering, like
that mastering all over it for you to put it on like streaming platforms.
So I'll send you 2 right now. I'm gonna send you the Love versus Hate song that I was telling you about. That video is probably going to drop, like, next month, I want to say. But I feel like the people will like it. I mean, I also know that people are waiting for me to drop this song I have. It's called Merci the P. And
wait, why is that?
Banger.
It's because I literally said it in the song, so I just named it that. Merci.
Oh, you said Merci the P in the song.
Yeah,
that's why.
Yeah. I'll send you. I performed that song in that song really got like people hype. And then I also did like a little snippet of it on Instagram where I was dancing to it, and I saw how much love it got. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I need to drop this soon, you know.
Up the ante.
But I don't want people to just like. The reason I haven't dropped it yet is because I want to be. I'm an R&B artist. I feel like before, like I'm a trap rapper. You know what I mean? And I don't want people to just be like, oh yeah, she just does that.
So you don't want a label attached to you,
right? Yeah. Exactly. And I feel like that's why I'm slowly going to drop things. So they're like, oh, she does that. Okay, but she can also do that. You know, I'm just going to give it people, like, inches of stuff, you know. But, yeah, that's what...
You ever going to release something, like, really obscure that no one's going to come out of left field?
What do you mean, like...
Like, something that's not in any of those camps? Like not rap,
country
not
music.
hip-hop. Maybe not. Don't be a Lil Nas X or something, but, like, maybe something different. Have you ever considered doing an additional genre? Like, maybe going into something else.
Like, name one. Like, what what'd you have in mind?
Jazz?
You know, I wouldn't, like, turn it down. Like, I would definitely try it. Because I feel like you never know what you're good at until you actually try something. So, yeah, I would definitely try it. Country music, I might even have to try that just because...
I feel like people, like, they hear country music and they're like, ugh. But, like, honestly, if you listen to some of it...
I'm not going to lie. I used to listen to the old, like, Taylor Swift, Carrie Underwood, and all that. Like, I'm not even going to lie. Like, if I go on my phone right now, like, I have some old country songs, but they're from, like, when I was in, like, middle school.
So you had, like, a little phase, too?
Yeah.
And, like, you listen to nothing but country music?
And I feel like my dad is white, so I was also, like... open, like he introduced me to like some of that stuff too, you know. But don't get me wrong, like he likes Waka Flocka, you know, like he be liking stuff like we used to play that every day going to school.
Did your parents play a heavy influence on you and your music?
Honestly, no.
Really?
Honestly, I want to say it was my uncle and his sister, my aunt. I spent a lot more time on the east side of Riverside at my uncle's house or my aunt's house. Or it was my grandma's house before she had passed away. Then, like, you know, now it's a family house. But I spent a lot of time over there. And when I was young, my mom used to be like, rap music is the devil's music. You don't need to listen to that.
I don't know why. Like, that's such, like, a prevalent, like, theme. And I think it's kind of disingenuous for especially, like, black parents to say that.
Right.
Like, what you're doing is...
my mom is black, yeah.
So what you're doing is you're telling your kids that their culture is the devil. Right.
But see, that's why I was always like, okay, well, can I go over to my aunt's house? You know, we'd be watching music videos all day long. I was watching stuff I shouldn't have been watching over there. But yeah, so I feel like my uncles and aunts and my cousin Randy, which is my uncle's son, like he had a heavy influence with my music as well. So I feel like, yeah, not my parents really, honestly. That's with gospel music wise, my mom, she showed me a lot of cool gospel songs, you know. But other than that, it was usually like, and it was me doing my own research. And I was that kid in high school that I never took my earphones out. Teachers teaching a lesson, I still have an earphone in. I'm taking a test, I'm hiding it under my hair. Like, I have at least one earphone in at all times. So I was just a big music head, and I love SoundCloud music.
Yeah, SoundCloud.
I love
SoundCloud is like, and people, okay, so you upload to SoundCloud, so you're probably going to understand what I'm about to say right now. So basically for this podcast, I have to record, you know, hour-long episodes and put them online. Right. And put them on SoundCloud, put them on YouTube. So I have a SoundCloud Go account. And what that does is, in addition to like Spotify, like it's like Spotify, so you can listen to any artist under the sun for free as long as you have this account, and you get to listen and download as much SoundCloud music as you want. And people don't understand how much of like a treat that is.
You're making me want to get SoundCloud.
You should probably get it. It's only like what? Wait, $7.99.
So you don't have Apple Music?
I have Spotify.
Okay.
But Spotify is just, I just got it like literally 2 weeks ago, and I'm just like, it's whatever.
At one point, I had Spotify and Apple, but I was like, what am I doing to my bank account? Like, why am I doing this? Because I have like Oh, I'm also going to start DJing. I had to say that. But because I make a lot of playlists, and my friends are always like, you know so much music. Like, and my friend was telling me to do Spotify because if you have, like, a certain amount of, like, followers or people listening to your playlist or downloading it, like, they'll pay you. But my thing is, I have a ton of followers on Apple Music, and I have a bunch of people that add my playlist on there, but Apple Music you can't really make money off of, you know?
Yeah, it's kind of just there for Apple to just flex on
and that makes
people.
me sick because I have so many followers on Apple Music. Like, it's ridiculous. But
is that one of your goals, to like monetize your music in just streaming numbers?
like playlists and stuff like that. I definitely do want to do that, but I also want to make playlists of my own because I feel like I'm just that person that I always put people on music. You know, and I feel like a lot of people are missing out on good music because they're so stuck on this like whack ass mainstream music.
Always listen to like most garbage pop music, and it's just like, guys, there's other stuff out there. I hope you know that.
Exactly, like you're missing out. Like, you don't even know.
Like she put me up like on a lot of music.
Like what? Can you name a few?
Like just certain rappers, like certain like bangers. Like
he said certain
bangers.
bangers.
I gotta look it up, but it's like the connection here is like pretty.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I'm gonna tell you, you're probably not gonna. Do you have reception in here?
No.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
There's no Wi-Fi, huh?
There is Wi-Fi, but you need like student credentials to use it. So.
The extras.
Yeah, it's just.
Yeah, I tried to send the songs, but you know.
Yeah, you can just send it to me later on.
Yeah.
But I think I found this beat.
Oh, Lord.
If you want to freestyle over it. Okay, let's see. Let me just pull it up.
I'll let you know if it's like, yeah, this is a no-go. Like, I'll let you know.
Okay.
He pulled up SoundCloud Go. I'm weak. He hit the SoundCloud.
You looking it up right now?
He said,
God damn.
Like,
okay.
How much is it?
Okay, so I have the Pro Plus Go, so I pay $12.99, and you can upload as much as you want.
Okay, that's cool, but
yeah, but just for the Go package, I think it's like $6.
$6.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not that bad. But see, eventually, I mean, I'm always gonna post on SoundCloud, I think, but Fiendin' is actually like in the process of getting put on all platforms.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, so it's not on all? It's
Not
just
yet.
on YouTube right now in SoundCloud, correct?
SoundCloud, yeah. I'm putting it on all platforms as a single, though. I'm just kind of waiting for it to be like approved, basically,
by all the streaming platforms and services.
Basically.
Yeah, that's a waste. Yeah.
And I'm just like, dang, you're taking forever.
Yeah, it's kind of like I wish more people had SoundCloud. They would have more appreciated more.
Yeah. So many people don't have SoundCloud. Like, where I work at, I work with like more older people. Like they're like in their 30s, and like they'll like my music, and I'll be like, oh, what do you use? They'll be like YouTube, or like Apple, or like one of those. But SoundCloud, they're like, oh yeah, I don't even have the app, and I'm like, well, yo, like you're missing out on so much.
I don't even know what hit them. And plus, you only get like those 30-second replays anyway, so it's just like whatever. Okay, so I think I found this beat.
Okay, go ahead.
I want to see if it works. I've never
played a beat
on like live like this ever in my life, so let's see. Hopefully, this works.
Right.
Okay.
Off top,
No, somebody have to get on it. He can sing.
I mean, I sing, but
You sing?
Yeah, we've actually been in the studio cooking up a few things.
Yeah.
A few
look
little,
out for it. Look out for it.
yeah, a few little R&B things.
How long have you been singing for?
I always get that question, and honestly, it's kind of like, it's something I always had, like ever since I was like younger, because, grew up in church, and my mom couldn't sing, so it's just something I picked up.
Oh, so it was one of those things, right? Where it's kind of like you're just surrounded in that like environment.
Yeah, and you just pick it up.
Did you go to one of those churches where it's kind of like if you're part of the congregation, you're part of the choir automatically?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, I did too. Yeah, so it's kind of like it's kind of thrown against you, but yeah, some people do have a knacking for it, which is just kind of interesting.
With Nosa, I always knew Nosa can sing, but there was a point where Nosa would not show people his voice. I'd be like, bro, what are you doing?
Why do people do that?
I don't know.
Well, let me ask you, why did you do that?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just felt like it was just something that the outside world didn't appreciate. I don't know, something inside me was telling me that. So I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna keep it to myself, sing for my family, sing for the wife if she maybe she'll like that, and that was my original plan. But one day I was just like, I got.
He said sing for the wife. He used to sing for all of us, like me and like my other homies. Like we knew he could sing.
Yeah. Because I started humming one day or something, maybe. Or
and I was like, hold on, what? Run that back.
So what was the turning point for you now, where you were just like, you know what, maybe I shouldn't keep this to myself. Maybe I should show people. Because now, apparently you guys are in the studio now.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
There has come a point where you were just like not showing anyone to where you are today.
Well, honestly, because like a few years back, I came across some people. And long story short, like I got in the stew and like I got the opportunity to like create a song, and it was like, whoa, this is really dope. Like I can do this. Like, like this is where I'm supposed to be. So,
What type of music? Do you have anything out?
I don't. Well, I have like one song out, like
okay.
with a group called No Sleep. You guys
No
wanna hear
Sleep.
it? Yeah, No Sleep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But it's called Bleeder. It's on follow me on Instagram. It's called Bleeder. Yeah, it's like I'm just on the hook mainly. But follow me on Instagram, love__Nosa to see the video.
Okay, all right. Well, thanks for the plug.
He can write too. He's a really good writer. He came over a few weeks ago, and I had sent him the beat, and he came over with literally a verse for him and a verse for me. Like, and it was an R&B song, and I was like, okay. Like, I've never sung like somebody else's lyrics, and I probably won't do it for anybody else because I'm big on like writing. I'm a writer. I'll write my own shit. But Nosa's a really good writer too, and I feel like that's important. That's definitely important.
Yeah.
Just as important as the song itself.
Right. Did it work?
I don't know. Do you hear anything?
Mm-mm. I don't hear anything.
No. Let me try something real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, it didn't work.
It didn't work?
It didn't work.
Dang.
Yeah. Yeah, it didn't work.
Tragic.
I'm
I would
sorry.
have done it. It's cool.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to figure this out a little bit more because I really, really, really want this to work. Because I've seen it done before,
Right.
And it's kind of like, how like Funkmaster Flex has people freestyle on the show.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to do something like that.
Right. That would be
But,
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, but that was my first time trying it. I'll fix it.
Right.
I'll get it done.
Okay. Definitely.
And while you're here,
Because
that came off really wrong, but like, because I've always wanted to freestyle.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how do you do it?
Oh my god, I don't
Like
even know how to explain.
Because it's so off the cuff, and it's just
my
like
mind just kind of wander.
Okay, do you don't have any techniques you use in order to like think of rhymes?
Oh, honestly. It's just kind of like
Just look around the room where you're just like...
You've been in a freestyle session with me, right?
Yeah, honestly, well, for me, my freestyles, it's like, they're not so... I just try to make it rhyme.
Yeah, I think that's the goal of a freestyle, just to make it rhyme. Because at the end of the day, you're saying it off the top of your head. So if you can rhyme off the top of your head, then it's hard. Kind of.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on what you say,
Yeah.
But
but sometimes things like just, oh, I didn't mean to say that.
Like,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Well, like, is that a testament to like whatever you're saying? Is that a testament to like what's going on in your head?
No, because I could be looking down at some shoes and be like and say
Like
something.
shoes.
I could look at the mic and like it just kind of, honestly, it's just like you have to let your mind wander and look around. That's what I do. Mind wander, look around. Be like,
Think about what's around you.
yeah,
Like, okay.
or what can I make of that? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I feel like that. You don't freestyle?
No, I don't. Well, not in front of other people. So there have been times where it's just like maybe I'm in the car. I listen to a lot of beat tapes. So like maybe
I love beat tapes.
Like,
I'm gonna send you some stuff.
I like that.
I'm gonna have to send you
I
some
appreciate
stuff.
that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I listen to like, Ninth Wonder, for example, or DJ Premier. Or,
yeah, so you really do listen to
or RZA or someone like that. I just listen to beat tape and I'll think of like something and I'll be like, wow, that would be a really hot verse.
Right.
Like if that was if, I don't know, Kendrick said that.
You should write it down.
Yeah. I thought about it, but I'm just
writers make more than the artists.
Maybe one day.
That's one of my goals is to be a songwriter for other artists. Like, I definitely want to do that. I mean, I know I can make it as an artist myself, but I don't want to, I want to make it as an artist myself, but I don't care too much about being, I guess you could say famous or, clout, and stuff like that. So I don't mind being behind the scenes, being the person writing for people.
You don't want to be famous?
I mean, I do for my music. I want people to hear me. But then again, it's I'm a very low key, I'm a private person. People don't be knowing about my life, And I feel like I'm not but I guess I would be like Janae Aiko. People don't really know too much about her life except that whole Big Sean stuff. That would have never went down with me. Y'all would have never known nada. But yeah, I just feel like people just do so much for clout nowadays, and it's just so weird. And I'm just not a big fan of I don't want to say I'm not a big fan of the industry right now, but the people that are all in it, like Cardi B and all that, it's just a no for me.
What don't you like about Cardi B?
Her voice. Let's start there.
Okay, good.
Yeah, her voice, what she talks about. In my raps, you never hear me mention my pussy, not once. I'm not gonna talk about anything like that. And I feel like I'm not gonna sit around and rap along with people that are rapping about that because that's just not how I am.
Do you think that because she's not the only one that does that?
I know she's
so
not.
Do you think that people like that are just bringing the genre down, or what do you think of them? Because
I guess you can say. I just feel but then the thing is, then you have people oh well, guys be oh, females do this, that, But I feel as a woman, there's a certain amount of class that you have to have, and I feel that's just not talking about, oh, I'll take your nigga or eat this, I just feel that just doesn't, that's just not me. But then again, I grew up around a lot of guys, so then I feel I'm I don't know.
Maybe a little biased towards it.
Yeah, I feel sometimes I feel I don't know. My friends be saying I'm half nigga, whatever you want to call it. You already know, you already know.
Yeah.
And it just so I try to get okay, I get what they're saying. Yeah, guys kind of do the same when they're saying that to females. Oh, she was doing this, suck this, whatever. But I just feel coming out of a woman's mouth, it just I don't want to be I don't want to do double standards or whatever you call it. But I just feel it just doesn't sound right.
Here's what I'll say, because I was in the same boat as you, but then someone told me, and it was a dude, and it's important to the story.
Right.
He was well, think about it, guys have been doing it too. Men in hip hop have been doing it for
exactly
forever. And it's just okay, well, you got a point. And the reason why, it may come off that why all a lot of women in rap, that's all they talk about, is because that subject was kind of chastised upon them, which is why they rap about it. And I was that's an interesting perspective.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
But it's only a perspective.
Yeah,
it's not
but
fact,
for me, with my rapping, none of that's going on.
Yeah, and no one's forcing you to you gotta rap about this and this only.
But Meg Thee Stallion, I do I actually you remember I was okay, I never heard one of her full songs before, and I was this is not that bad. But then I listened to her other stuff, and I was yeah, no. But that song with the baby, I like that song, the Cash shit or whatever. I wouldn't play it on my daily. I'm not gonna be in my room oh yeah, but
yeah, right,
but if I hear it, I'm not gonna be oh hell no, because with Cardi B or who else really? I don't even know.
So what about Sweet Tea?
Oh no, that My
know.
Type song gets on my last nerve.
The
You know
My
that
Type girl?
That My Type song. What did she say?
Mike Tyson?
Some
She said,
figure
She
eight.
said, "Rich nigga."
Oh, he
that's
knows
Mike
it.
Tyson.
knows it.
Okay.
You hear it all
Wait,
the time.
okay. I didn't
radio
know.
and stuff.
I didn't
Yeah,
know.
I don't like. No. First of all, just let the original song be the original song.
Oh, the one that sampled Freak a Leak by
yes.
God, man.
Let the song be the song.
Because I heard that song and I was like, dun, 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 dun. Let's take some calls from the quest line. And I'm like, this Freak Leak. No, it's that song. I'm like,
no.
Okay.
I don't like it. And I think she's pretty though. Like, I'm not a hater. Like, if I like a song, I'm gonna let you know. And I think she's pretty. I just don't personally like. I'm not personally gonna sit there and listen to that music. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And one thing I learned is just like all things, it's not for everybody.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna personally. I have beef with Cardi B, specifically Cardi B, only because she doesn't write her music. She doesn't produce any of her music.
Yeah.
Her husband does all the work. Yes, she gets all the credit, and she won a Grammy over both Mac Miller, Kendrick Lamar, Travis Scott, and Drake.
I don't even consider her a real.
Yeah.
I don't even consider her a real artist. Like, for real.
Yeah, and
you're just kind of there, and her voice is annoying. So the real question is like,
but
why?
I think people like her. Aside from art, it's they like her because of her personality, and that's someone they want.
Yeah,
maybe not to replicate.
And she came up. She was like a stripper, right?
Yeah,
and then,
she was a stripper in
so
the
I feel
Bronx.
like that's dope how she went from that to that. But at the end of the day, like, that's one thing about music. It's just like, it kills me that people are really in this industry and they don't really have that real passion for it. They kind of just do it because maybe they knew somebody or, just stuff like that. But I love Drake and Mac Miller, by the way. Yeah, I know too many Drake songs, but I'm an older Drake fan. Like I don't like any of his mainstream stuff that comes out on the radio. Like, I didn't like what was that Kiki song? I didn't
Am
like.
I failing? See, I'm really glad you said that
Yeah.
because every time I tell people I'm an older Drake fan, they're like, "What do you mean older Drake?" And
Like,
I
it's
basically had to tell them,
self-explanatory, like-
yeah, everything before,
Yeah.
everything before. What was that?
What would you say before what?
Well, Views and before.
Yeah. Because Take Care, I would say, is my favorite album.
In between Take Care and Nothing Was the Same.
Yeah.
So that's where I draw the line.
But I mean, like, on Views, he did have a few songs like "Come On, Fire and Desire." I feel like he should have put he should make a Take Care too and put like the Take Care songs on it, and then put songs like "Fire and Desire," "Finesse," like I don't know if you've heard those songs by him
From Scorpion, right?
See, those songs remind me. They give me that Take Care vibe. Anything with that Take Care vibe from Drake, I like.
Here's the thing about Drake. I don't think we're ever going to get... It's the same thing with a lot of artists. We're never going to get a Take Care ever again because he's simply not...
that Drake
in
anymore.
that person anymore. Like...
I mean, he still makes that kind of mute, like Finesse. Like, that song reminds me.
So
of,
he can do it. The question is he in the position to make a full project?
and I don't think
plus,
so.
Yeah, like,
plus 7 people will be writing his songs. Like,
now
there'd be a whole 8 people on there.
Maybe a whole squadron in the writers' credits.
We looked up on our way here. We actually looked up who wrote No Guidance, and it was about like 7 people, including Drake and Chris Brown, but. It was a lot of people like contributing.
What do you think about No Guidance?
I like the song, but like Aubrey was saying, she was like, but if they wouldn't have helped with it, it wouldn't have came out how it did, which is true. Yeah. But I do I'm not a mainstream music person, but No Guidance, I can rock with that.
Yeah.
I can rock with it.
Had a pretty
Just don't overplay it, but I could rock with it.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to not do that.
Yeah.
But nonetheless.
But Drake's part was cold. Drake's part was cold. So I like that. I like the song. But what's another mainstream song
that Drake made?
Just in period. Well,
God's Plan.
Oh, no, not in my playlist.
You have never played that before.
Never on you never.
You never played God's Plan?
No, I don't. I've heard it, but he like we hang out, like we all hang out a lot. You know what I mean? So like they hear my music and they know like that's just not something I ever play. You know, it's not it. I don't like that song. What's Money in the Grave, that's annoying too. I don't like that song, but I do like the song he just came out with Rick Ross. I forgot what it was called.
The one from
Rick Ross's album, but they also put it out as a single.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one when the Toronto won a championship.
Was it that one?
No, that was Money in the
that was
Grave.
old.
No, that was Money in the
Grave.
Grave. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, but what is it? Gold Rose.
Gold Roses, I believe.
Yeah, you never heard it?
Mm-mm.
You gotta listen to it. It's pretty cool.
It's a Rick Ross song featuring Drake.
Yeah. So, but they released it as a single, and then Rick Ross put it on his album.
Mm-hmm.
And I like Rick Ross.
Yeah.
So yeah, Rick Ross is cool.
Exciting.
Yeah, honestly. And who else was? No, Nicki Minaj wasn't on that. Was she on that album?
Which album?
The Rick Ross one? I don't even remember.
See, honestly, I didn't even look at all the songs on his album.
Yeah, it's a pretty. I don't like when artists have like too long of an album. Like that one Chris Brown. I still have not finished that album.
Wait,
like I still
Indigo?
have not finished
Indigo?
it.
Okay, so
no,
like
not Indigo. What was the one
Heartbreak?
before?
On the Full Moon.
That was the longest album I've ever
it
seen.
was like what, like 50 tracks?
Look,
Like
I
40
still
something tracks?
Did you guys finish it? I haven't finished that album yet.
No.
I heard a good amount, but I didn't finish it. I heard a good amount though.
I don't really care.
I finished Indigo, but it took me like 5 business days to finish Indigo.
See, I feel like Chris Brown, like, yeah, you're loved, Chris Brown, like, but like you're not that loved where I'm finna sit for like 3 hours and listen to you, like,
Exactly.
you know?
And then half the songs are like,
They sound the same.
whatever
Yeah.
anyway. So it's kind of like, what's the point?
Old Chris Brown was...
Chris Brown in the album, Chris Brown is the Chris Brown I miss.
Yeah. What was your favorite Chris Brown song?
Probably, and I'm going to get like basic flack for this. Yo, excuse me, miss.
No, that's
a
a
classic.
hard... I
That's
wouldn't
a
even call that
classic.
basic because mainstream music back then was good.
Yeah. So
Like,
like,
it was actually good.
so like, run it, give me that.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, excuse me, miss.
Don't forget With You.
With you.
Wall to
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Wall to Wall.
I remember because my parents were like, yeah, you're not allowed to listen to rap. And I'm like, damn. So I showed them the Chris Brown song, Thank You. Because they're super religious, right?
Yeah,
and
mine are too.
Then when he
Okay.
talks about like, thank you, God, and all that stuff. And I'm like, I think if I show my parents this, they'll let me listen to like
Chris Brown.
To Chris Brown. And nonetheless, it worked like a charm. And he was the only person like on my fucking second generation iPod Nano that was allowed to download.
Really?
That was not like gospel music.
See, my parents, they eventually realized, like, okay, we can't keep her away from rap music. So I had to download everything clean. I even had, like, I was listening to Waka Flocka, and they were like, yeah, if it's clean, okay, but if not, then no. Like, I listened to a lot of Waka when I was in, like, middle school. I don't know why. It was just heavy on him.
He was hard. At
He
the time.
was.
We was all listening to him.
That Brick Squad and... But, yeah, I always had to have clean music. But I feel like my favorite Chris Brown song, I really like Say Goodbye. And
with from Step Up soundtrack.
Yeah, and then Your Man Ain't Me. Oh yeah, I remember back in the
my
day,
gosh.
somebody sent me that song. I was like, yeah.
Chris Brown was the type of person where you're just like, if you had like a crush in like middle school, you'd like send your crush that music, and you'd be like, oh my god, like
No,
they
that's
really
what
like me.
That's
like,
what I'm saying. When I say somebody sent me that song, like this guy had like a crush on, sent me like Your Man Ain't Me, because I guess I was like in 8th grade or something, and like, you know how little 8th grade flings go and stuff, you know, and he was like, Your Man Ain't Me, let me send you this song, blah blah blah, and I was like, oh, okay, like this song, I was like, oh shoot.
And nonetheless, here you are.
Right.
Yeah, man.
T-Pain too. T-Pain was on Wall to Wall, right? Or was that with you? He was on one of those songs.
Kiss Kiss.
Kiss Kiss.
Kiss
There
Kiss,
we
that's
go.
right.
That's the one.
Yeah.
That was a good one. I like T-Pain. He mastered audio tune.
He's definitely the one that pioneered definitely like the auto-tune music.
Yeah.
And what I didn't know, and one of my friends told me this, a shout out to Q. The auto-tune genre originally came from the South.
Oh yeah.
I did not know that at all.
Oh yeah.
Like,
I
when-
honestly didn't know that.
Like before that, I was just like, okay, auto-tune started with Kanye, you know, like 808s and
yeah.
Heartbreak. And I was like, no, like
it was in
it
the
was
South.
in the South
yeah.
originally.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa, that's kind of wild to think about, right?
I love the culture out there and the music out there. West Coast music's probably my least favorite.
Really? Ooh, you
yeah.
can't say that around here. Yeah, be careful saying that.
Hey, but if you know me, you know, like I like Draco and Kendrick. You know, I like Dom Kennedy. Okay, don't kill me now. But I mean, what West Coast music am I talking about? I don't like Blueface.
Snoop Dogg.
Oh yeah, I was playing Snoop Dogg literally when we pulled up, but it was like some old Snoop Dogg. It was like it was like Tin's Crip or something. I forgot what it was called.
So how about like
Tin Lil Crips?
How about like YG?
Old YG.
Yeah.
Like the old YG, not now. Who else is a West Coast? I like Roddy Ricch is cool, but the thing is, when I say West Coast is my least favorite, that means like I don't listen to it every day.
Okay, so it's not like you hate it.
Excluding, I don't really label Kendrick as a West Coast artist though, because like basically to me, West Coast music, if it's like two-step music, that's my least. Two-step music is my least favorite. You know, that uppity beat, you know, like. Yeah, I'm just not a big two-step fan.
Yeah, well, I think it's just made. It's made again, and it brings us back to what we talked about before, like Meg Thee Stallion and Cardi B.
Yeah,
it's made for a certain group of people.
Exactly, but that's like all of out here, like i.e. LA.
That's all they
that's
like.
That's why I don't like going to parties or clubs or anything, because I'm like, dang, like play something else. Like, like all these songs, all you could do is hit your two-step to, and like, I don't know, I just like,
Yeah, I feel like ever since Rest in Peace Nipsey Hussle, ever since Nipsey Hussle passed, like that
I love
sound
Nipsey.
has had a big comeback because people didn't.
But Nipsey was like,
he was a different beast.
He was a different, like, yeah, he was a different breed. Like, yeah, and I've been listening to Nipsey for a long time. Like, my favorite song by Nipsey is, I don't know if you know, it's called They Roll, featuring The Game. You know what I'm talking? Yeah, like way back, you know, the Rolling on Slauson type shit. But yeah, that was my favorite with Nipsey. Damn, it's still like, I be thinking some days like, damn, like bro's really like not here. And I listen to Nipsey Hussle every day. So it's just like, it's just crazy to me because he was a big influencer, and you know, and the stuff that he said in his songs, it's just like, I don't know.
Yeah, he was really a different person. Yeah, and he wasn't like trying to. I had a friend, he actually was on this podcast. He was telling me, like, yeah, big Nipsey Hussle fan. He was talking about how, yeah, basically, he let you know, like, what was up. Like, he wasn't, like, downplaying the fact that he used to be banging.
Yeah.
Like he let it be known very explicitly. But at the same time, he was definitely telling you stuff that was very true to heart.
And that's why I think I liked him, because he kind of gave us like both.
Yeah, in a very equal balance of both.
And it wasn't just real. Like, even the songs he was banging on, because I don't know if you know the song I Don't Give a Fuck by Nipsey. You know that song?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, my mama want to know why I'm banging. Like, you know, like he really went, like he was spitting some real shit, you know, like, and I feel like a lot of times with these artists that do talk about banging on their songs, they're just kind of like, not really. They're just talking about like really just killing people.
Yeah, exactly. With no like substantial, substantive, you know, meaning to
like
it.
You can't get anything out of it. And he basically kind of brought to life that this shit was just deeper than just killing niggas. You know what I mean? Like, you know? And I really like that.
Yeah, so. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. We almost hit an hour. I just realized that.
Oh, yeah.
That went by really fast.
Told you I like to talk.
Hey, well, I like to talk too. That's kind of why I do this stuff.
Wow. Right. Yeah, this is really cool.
Yeah.
I like this.
Yeah. So do you have anything else you wanted to add in? I think we might probably close it out soon.
Yeah, not really. I mean, just stay on the lookout for new music, because I'm gonna try to be consistently dropping. I have a bad habit of holding on to music. You know what I mean?
Holding on to music? What do you mean?
Like I have a lot of unreleased songs.
Oh, okay.
And I'll just hold on to like I could play like 20 songs right now, just, you know, like, and like only two or a few of them are dropped, you know? So I just want to I'm just like working on just being consistent. So just look out for that, because I'm like, hold me accountable, be consistent, you know? Like,
when was the first time you uploaded something?
So when it was in April of 2018, me and my homies, it was Justice Adri, the one who did my
the Phenom video?
Yeah,
right? Yeah,
him, and then it was my homie Twist, Bills, and then me. We called ourselves Code 4, and we came out with a little EP. and we dropped it in April of 2018. It's still
Okay.
It's on my old SoundCloud still, actually. Yeah. That EP has the first song I ever sang on it, which I really like. I'll probably re-release it on like my album or something.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so we dropped that, and then I dropped a freestyle. I think that was the first one, actually. It was a freestyle to the International Players Anthem thing. But that freestyle sucked because I was so nervous on the mic. It was my first time ever getting on the mic. I was just really nervous. And then I did all my old SoundCloud. It was all within like, because I moved to Michigan last year and I couldn't record out in Michigan, because I was new to music, so I didn't have like anything. So I recorded all in this span of April 2018 when I started music. I did a Light It Up, I called it Light It Up, but it was a Pretty Boy Swag song. And so I did that, and then I did another song. Oh, and I did a song to the I'm Sprung beat too.
Okay.
With Adri.
Yeah.
So I mean.
So can you give us a date on when to look out for your next project?
I would say in like 2 weeks.
Really? That's coming up fast.
Yeah, I mean,
soon.
I'm trying to be consistent. I mean, like I said, it all depends on like this Fiend music video. Like, I don't know if I should care about like how many views something is getting to drop the next thing, because I know a lot of people be like, oh, once this gets to this many views, I'll drop this. But then again, it's like I'm doing the amount of videos I'm doing. It's like I could be dropping, like constantly.
Right?
I just did a music video and I'm doing one tomorrow.
What? I just want to give you a little bit of advice. Still gotta take it or not. But what I've learned is that don't do that.
Don't do.
Yeah,
that's why
like,
I asked. That's why I was like, I don't know if I should.
Think about it.
Or
you know how many people say, "Oh, if this gets 1,000 plays or 1,000 views, I will drop X, Y, or Z." You know how many times it doesn't do that?
Yeah, that's the thing. That's why I was like, I might as well I think I'm just going to drop it because, first of all, it shows people consistency. Like, this is something I really want to do. This is not just something I'm just...
just dilly-dallying around with or
Yeah,
something.
like, okay, here's a video, bye. Like, no, they're going to see consistency, especially when I drop the Love versus Hate video and then this video I'm doing tomorrow, which I'm really excited for. It's gonna be like we're gonna have a little barbecue with it,
That's
like
cute.
summer vibe, at the park, So I'm like trying to have all my friends come together because I want that type vibe, So yeah, it should be fun. I'm gonna buy a slip and slide too. So
All right.
So yeah, bring your
But that
shit.
should be fun. Well, there you have it, everyone.
I would say come actually, but if you're trying to come to Riverside,
in about 2 weeks.
No, it's tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Well, that's kind of short
I know.
notice, but
Wait, you live out, or you're from Long Beach, or where are you
I'm
from?
actually basically my family lives in Inland Empire in Fontana.
We got a Fontana right here.
Really? Nice to meet you. Yeah, so basically Fontana.
I just came up with that right now.
No, I actually hear that a lot. That's a very common
Really?
term. Yeah, Fontana
Or Fontana.
or Fontucky.
Oh,
We get that a lot.
I've heard that one.
Yeah.
I've heard that one.
Yeah. So yeah, basically from there, I live out here. I have an apartment out here because I go to school.
You go to, okay.
Go to here, and I do this. So
Right.
basically, half time I'm here, half time I'm over there.
Okay.
But yeah, basically I'm just in and out in between.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you like better? Like, do you like the IE or do you like it out here?
I get asked this question so much, and it's just like I don't know. There's some things I like about here, and there's some things I like about.
Yeah. I
The
feel like
IE.
the IE gets just this label.
Yeah, like
Oh,
everyone was like,
man.
"Oh my god, you're just a bunch of spoiled rich kids." I'm like, no,
What?
It's the
There's
farthest from the
hoods in
truth.
the IE. Like,
Yeah,
come on now. Don't let me get on here and
let
talk.
me drop you off. Let me
Oh,
drop you
gosh.
off at Waterman in Baseline, and let's see
Right.
what happens to you.
Let me
if
drop you off on 12th Street in
Yeah,
Riverside.
yeah.
Like, what's up? Like,
a bunch of rich kids. Come
right?
on,
Like,
man.
come on now. I feel like, well, Riverside's one of the biggest cities in the IE, so like, it just depends. But yeah.
Yeah. All right. So thank you all for tuning in.
Thanks for having.
Yeah, it
thanks
was
for
great having
us.
you. This is a very substantive conversation.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So thanks for tuning in, everybody. Listen to Mercy's latest project. She's going to be coming up in the next 2 weeks or so. And with that being said, thank you all for listening. And I will see you all in the next edition of Talking with Spencer.
Cool. We good?